Talkin' Money!
And we're back. It's Talkin' Money with Jeff Tarbell.
Right. So we've got a Halloween is in 3 days. This is the first Halloween since, I don't know if I said this already, since my kids were born. I haven't decorated up my house because I don't have a house.
Quite have a house.
This is the downside of moving where we moved. I'm not sure anybody's going to come to our house now.
Yeah.
I mean, although we're like in the area, it's like our house is 3 acres back from the road, and I'm not sure what little kid in his right mind is going to come walking up a 3-acre house going, dude, these guys could be freaks.
This could be a freaky house.
Particularly if I have it all crazied up. So I don't know what to do now. I'm in a total conflict.
Haunted house in the front yard.
That we could do the whole property.
Just the whole
How
thing.
much would I have to spend to get to if I wanted to do the Goratorium?
It's probably going to cost you about $10 million.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside your realm.
I could do the 10.
You could do the $10?
Yeah, I could throw some Target gift cards or some Target stuff. I could do 10.
5 bags of candy.
Yes.
Scattered on the front lawn. Run over by the John Deere tractor.
Okay, my buddy at the 530 is back, and I am not reading that.
I was wondering where he went.
He's back. I've just been letting him warm back up again. He got in trouble from the phone screener, so he's gearing it back up. From the 209 off the text line, and I'll get back to that. So our ongoing text question of the day is, has your company sent you a written agreement, a written notice, a letter, any kind of formal or informal inclination of who you should vote for? Because after 2011, that is legal. They can't tell you who to vote for. I guess they could tell you what they want. You can do what you want to do when you get there. So off the 209, my health care is gone. Oh, that's okay. This is not some. My health care has gone from $10 a month for 2 people to over $200 for one. It'll go up again if Obama wins, but that wasn't his employer. But that is some concern that health care is going to go up. That's the number one issue. I'll talk to you in just a minute about what small business is worried about. I've got articles about what big businesses wants to do, and then there's small business saying, hey, don't forget about us. You guys aren't discussing our concerns either. But you were going to say something about the Goratorium there?
Oh, I was just going to – it says that about 20% of the visitors don't make it through the blackout haunted house.
They die?
They actually sign a waiver, but apparently if you shout safety, that's like the key word for I just got myself wet. They say 20% of visitors don't make it through the entire thing.
Really?
So you pay $40, you don't make it through, and
there's two. Isn't there one that's like a blackout? Is that the blackout?
That's the blackout haunted house.
Room. Okay.
It sounds like it's
is it the same place? Maybe just a different room. I don't know. We've got a safety feature there at home too.
Chris will tell us all about it, and then you can do it next year.
That's what I do on the radio too. And I just run out of good material. I just go safety, and I run outside, and Chris runs in here and talks about waxing cars.
I'll definitely give you a review next year.
Are you okay? Next year, you're gonna be there in a month. You said no. You said
February.
Oh, February. Okay, gotcha. Speaking of scary stories, I got a few of them here. Let's do something funny real quick though. This is the art of calling in sick, because Chris has probably been good at this. Article about. Particularly during the holiday season, are you calling sick? I'm using my sick leave right at the end of the year. So this is the survey reveals the 10 weirdest excuses for missing work. Okay, we ready? Which one have you used there?
I just go to work.
My dog threw up all over me in the morning. And I'm still here. That would have been a good one. And these aren't in any particular order, I don't think. Number one, the employee's dog was having a nervous breakdown. This would certainly apply to me this morning. So these are the 10 weirdest excuses for missing work. The second one, employee's dead grandmother was being exhumed for a police investigation.
Exhumed.
They were digging the body back up. This is a good Halloween one.
Seriously. What happened to I don't feel good? I think I have the flu.
If that was really happening, would you want to bring that up for a police investigation? They think maybe I killed grandma. I'll be out
today and maybe tomorrow too.
I'll be late today a little bit. The employee's toe was stuck in a faucet. The employee was upset after watching the Hunger Games. The employee got sick from reading too much. The employee was suffering from a broken heart. The employee's hair turned orange while dyeing it at home. Employee said a bird bit her. And this is my favorite one. This is the one that would apply to certainly Chris. The employee's sobriety tool wouldn't allow the car to start.
Oh, shit.
So just couldn't make it on time, Richard. So there you go. I blew into the thing like crazy. It would not come on. I don't get it.
I couldn't get my son up to.
Yeah, that's right.
We're digressing here.
So off the 916 now, Aerojet and Rancho Cordova doesn't endorse a candidate, but they are concerned with government shutdown early next year if the federal budget is not agreed upon. Yes, and that is a good point, and that is right off of Friday, October 12th's newspaper. Manufacturers fear a fiscal cliff in 2013, and this is what's most economists are looking forward to as job growth for 2013. Two things they think are going to happen: higher U.S. taxes. Got to happen. I don't care who gets voted in.
Yeah,
We're going to have to raise
more employees, more people working, more taxes,
and a slowdown in government spending, because we can't just raise money and we can't just stop spending money. We're going to have to do a little combination of both. So 60 of the large and smallest manufacturing companies are concerned about those two things: higher taxes, lower spending. And that means they see maybe move back to a recession in the beginning of 2013. So that's what the business economists see. We'll see how that works out. I did note here that this is very interesting. So there's 3 pages of this. You look at all this. 80 big name U.S. corporations from Aetna to Weyerhaeuser banding together to pressure Congress to reduce the federal deficit with tax revenue increases. And where have you ever heard? I thought business was only looking for tax cuts, but I think the CEO of AT&T, Randolph Stevenson, said it. Probably his quote is probably the best. When you talk about a $16 trillion debt, I don't see how you can avoid addressing both sides: spending cuts and tax increases. And what's very interesting here is every one of these individuals said that we would agree that taxes have to go up, but we will not allow. I don't know how they're going to stop it, but we will not allow, in our mind, taxes to go up first, and we'll get back to you on the spending cuts.
Agreed.
Because if taxes go up, then more entitlements go up, and we don't get anywhere. Every one of these companies in this letter said, "Well, we'll go along with this. We agree with you. You put in place some spending cuts. We'll go along with some tax increases, and we'll double dip this problem. We'll go at it from both ends." So I think it's very interesting. Right before the election, it's kind of unprecedented that this many companies would come out. But as I mentioned in the opening part of the show, they didn't come out and say vote for Romney. They didn't come out and say don't vote for Obama. They came out and said both of you guys are not covering the issue entirely. You're both, one of you saying we should do this, and one of you saying we should do this, but we really need to do both. So maybe we should make one president, one vice president. There you go.
There you go.
And did you know that it is possible that you could have a Romney president and a Biden vice president? Now figure that out.
How does that work?
Think about that for a minute. If you know the answer to that, how can you have a Romney president and a Biden vice president? But it is possible, and it is being discussed as it could happen.
Interesting.
Can you imagine that? Here's the small business. They are equally unsatisfied. Number one, percentage of small business owners and chiefs citing the different Chiefs. I'm a chief. Like a casino chief or what? It must be chief operating officer. Citing the difference between candidates and critical several key issues. Here's the number of issues that small business says you guys just are not doing the job. And healthcare, 62% of all small business says you guys are not covering healthcare issues properly. The economy, number 2. Access to money, number 3. Taxes, immigration, and internet regulation, the 5 biggest small voter issues that they feel are not being addressed by both candidates. So business is not real happy with either candidate. Maybe we're actually onto something. When both sides are unhappy, maybe we got something.
Maybe something will happen.
Something will happen. Will get out of that. So we'll see. Here's one that scares me a little bit. We got to take another break here in a minute. This one this is from, when did I print this out? End of September. So I haven't followed up in the last 30 days to see where this has gone. But this one confounds me a little bit. This is in California. Senate Bill 1234. Kevin De Leon, a Democrat from Los Angeles, is proposing that small business turn over their employee pension programs to the state, so to PERS. This is a proposal going out. And you have to, as a business person or as an individual, you have to physically and actively opt out of not doing that. Otherwise, you are automatically opted in. Now, this is not passed yet, but this is the proposal. And so they want small business to put their money into PERS rather than managing it themselves or hiring a manager. So let's think about that for a second. If this were to pass and you don't physically remove yourself from the opportunity to come in, you'll be opted in under this proposal. Your money will go into the public employees retirement system, and by your personal private money. And according to this article, public employees are obligated to be paid first from the pool. So your money goes in and builds up the PERS system, which, by the way, is underfunded. And then public employees who have also put their own money in there are going to get paid first. So if the pool goes bankrupt or has underfunded, according to how this is laid out, you're the last to get paid. So what do you think about that? And
I don't like it.
And if you don't pay attention, if this were to go through and you weren't paying attention, you're now breaking the law because your money will have to go into the PERS system. So for those of you that are in the private sector who have not, you have your own funds and your own advisors and your own programs, would you be okay with your money being swept into the PERS system and they'll pay you back if they can? Because PERS has been such a great manager so far.
They've been doing so well.
Yeah, they've been doing better lately.
Yeah.
But they made some bad decisions. And PERS, remember, is subject to getting their funds from different cities and counties. And for example, there is one in Orange County that hasn't paid like in 2 years. They're behind. And so if they don't put the money in, PERS still has to pay the retirees out. That's a problem, which is probably why they want to get the public's money in there first. And beef that thing up. So good luck with that. I'll be making sure that I opt out. We'll have to do a little follow-up and see if that's close to being voted on. But that is the type of wiggle-waggle that's going on to keep the public employees happy and to keep the PERS thing funded is through your private money. So let me know how you think about that.
Crazy.
We do want to take one more quiz question. Let me look at the text line here. Go ahead and fire up your question there, John. I'll take a look at what's going on here.
Let's see here. So this is quite interesting. An Italian court convicted.
Oh no, this is quite sickening.
Yeah, convicted 6 scientists and a government official of manslaughter for failing to do what? They failed to do something. They took them to court.
6 scientists and a government official.
And they've convicted them.
Are going to go to jail in some sort of fashion.
Yes.
Because they failed to do something?
Yes.
339-1140. The problem is I know the answer, and it's so ridiculous unless you heard the story, you won't get it.
All right.
And yes, from the 925, how do you get a President Romney and a Vice President Biden? You have a tie in the Electoral College, and the House of Representatives votes for the president, and the Senate votes for the VP. So you have a tie in the general election. The House would vote for the president, which right now is controlled by Republicans. Senate would vote for the vice president, which at the moment is controlled by Democrats. You could have a Romney president, Biden vice president. That would be fun as hell to watch.
That'd be good.
That would be.
Maybe that'd stir a few things
That
up.
would be awesome. And then if I was Romney, I'd be afraid someone would take me clean out. Biden as president. Free donuts for all. We got a couple people on hold there, too. We'll get back to you in just a minute, too. This is Talkin' Money. We'll take a quick break. We'll be
right back, Jack.